weapons were removed from standard survival blueprints following the massacre on Obraxis Prime. The knife remains the only exception.
Now, when each and every one of us heard that for the first time, we all got a little curious. Oh, there's gonna be no guns? What happened on Obraxis Prime? Why did the developers decide not to include other weapons? Today, I'll be answering these questions and more. Now, before we get into the video, be aware, this video contains spoilers from Subnautica. Also remember that some of this video is based on theories, but a lot of it is based on fact. In this video, I'm going to try and just stick to the facts and stay away from the opinions, as there are many people with different opinions on the matter. I'm going to be telling you what Unknown World's opinion was on this matter. This doesn't mean I necessarily agree or disagree with them, I'm just letting you know what caused them to make the decision. Now, to completely answer this question, we must go back to when the developers first started creating Subnautica. They were putting the whole world together, adding many things and removing some things as well. During this time period of development, the Sandy Hook school shooting occurred. 26 people were killed, and it brought attention to the many forms of mass shootings and gun violence which occurs across the United States and many other countries. The developers were prompted to make the important decision after this. In response to a question on a Steam forum, one of the developers, Charlie Cleveland, voiced the team's opinion and told us what made them decide to not include guns in their video game. He said, "I haven't read all the comments here, but I'll chime in, as I'm the main reason we don't have violence or weapons in the game. Subnautica was being birthed right around the time of the Sandy Hook shooting. This was a particularly nasty shooting. Although many people don't realize it, America has school shootings every day. Every single day. Yet, for reasons I cannot understand, our people and the corporations that influence our country want to continue making it easy for people to get, carry, and use pistols, semi-automatic, and fully automatic weapons. I've never believed that video game violence creates more real-world violence, but I couldn't just sit by and add more guns to the world either. So Subnautica is one vote towards a world with less guns. A reminder that there is another way forward, one where we use non-violent and more creative solutions to solve our problems, one where we are not at the top of the food chain. I want to point out what he said about the school shootings. He meant mass shootings in general, and the fact that they happen every single day in America, not to mention other places around the world. This is a good enough reason itself not to include guns. And regardless of your opinion on the matter, this is why we do not have guns in Subnautica. Many different people argue that since there are tons of hostile fauna which attack you, the player should be equipped with protection. And I know this is an opinion, but that's honestly the fun of the game, surviving against all odds without any real weapons. And whether or not using guns in a video game will affect violence in real life, I do not know. Many different people have different opinions about that, and I will let you guys discuss that in the comment section below. Now comes the more interesting question. What even happened, lore-based, on Obraxis Prime? I must warn you, most of this is theorized, although it is still very interesting. Obraxis was the developer in Subnautica, so the planet's name is in reference to him. What actually happened on the planet that caused Altera to remove weapons from survival equipment? We know this event was the in-game explanation to why there are no other weapons besides the knife, but in the Subnautica world, what took place? What we know for sure is that it was a major violent event that took place, of course, on the planet of Obraxis Prime. Survivors of some sort used the weapons from the standard survival package to attack a group of people, likely either Altera attacking the survivors or the survivors attacking them. After that, weapons were outlawed from the standard survival package except for the knife. And there are, of course, the theories. Theory number 1. The massacre was made up. One possibility is that the entire massacre on Obraxis Prime was made up so Altera could have more control over its members. I'm not sure why they would want to do this because it might lessen the survivors' chance of survival. Most likely they did this to prevent another massacre from happening, so this isn't very likely. Theory number 2. Altera survivors took over a planet and Altera wanted it back. I found this really interesting post where someone said the following. Given Altera's culture and regulations, Obraxis Prime was a site of research, exploration, or mining outpost. Their communications and launch equipment ceased functioning and left the outpost stranded. Between 10 and 15 years passed before Altera reconnected with their wayward outpost. In that time, the survivors had put together a functioning, if crude, society, and had exploited the planet's resources to make something that they called home. Altera ordered them to return to work, and their precious standards of living. The survivors, now colonists, refused. Altera used force to push compliance. The colonists built their own weapons to resist. Lots of people die, including all the colonists. The colony or mines of resources take minor damage. Due to the loss of resources and the cost of training replacement military personnel, Altera determines that the corporation will suffer few losses by disarming the populace than it will gain by exploiting survivors of emergency situations. That's the happy version. The more realistic version is nothing. Maybe a misfire startled the security officer. Maybe civilians heard gunfire from a training exercise and panicked. Maybe Obraxis Prime doesn't exist and it was all made up. Altera is an oppressive regime. Oppressive regimes make sure that the oppressed don't have weapons. All of these possibilities are very possible. Theory number 3. Altera was attacked by a terrorist organization using alien equipment. I found another interesting post where someone said the following. Please remember that both of these posts are theories, not what actually happened. Hi, I'm Gavin Dratcher, and a little over 3 hours ago this morning, we received a distress call from Obraxis Prime, which you may know is the planet that was colonized 34 years ago by the very affluent corporation Altera, and the 14th planet of the Federation. The broadcast from the distress call has a 73-hour delay before it reaches us, meaning that they sent the following message 3 days, 4 hours, and 21 minutes ago. Hello, this is Obraxis Prime Spaceport 241, Supervisor Albert Klein. I sent this message to all Federation planets. We are under attack, our shields are active, but I don't know how long they will hold. The attackers are human with alien tech. Advanced alien tech. The ships match the ID of the outcast, but I can't identify their weapons. Send all available help. Oh, what is that? Oh crap! That was the first of almost 1,000 calls from the territory that Obraxis Prime resides. And the Outcasts, if you may remember, are a group of space-bound criminals that raid and pillage ships throughout the Federation territories. They steal classified equipment and use it on innocent lives. Authorities have presumed that they have acquired technology from unknown worlds and have used it on the Obraxis Prime civilian populace. Authorities have also stated that casualties aren't able to be counted at this time, and one of the officers have stated, "I've never seen destruction like this. It's like a giant meteor made of atomic matter dropped from the sky." Authorities said that not only weapons of mass destruction were being used, but countless bodies have been found that have been killed from anywhere from being run over by vehicles to being killed with common kitchenware. Authorities have also taken action to evacuate the people remaining to a safe planet more towards the center of Federation space. But they are also unsure of how long such processes are going to take, for the fact that the outcasts may have inserted themselves into the Obraxis populace, so authorities must maintain utmost vigilance to prevent more bloodshed from ensuing. The Federation is now going to speak. Let's listen. Secretary introducing Federation High Minister Grant Tarver. In light of what has occurred on Obraxis Prime, I am halting all sales and use of lethal weapons until further notice. I myself and the other delegates have seen satellite photos of Obraxis Prime's surface, and I have never seen such noticeable destruction. I myself, along with the other delegates, are going to arrange a thorough investigation on the incident. On the behalf of all citizens, I say this with the utmost respect and love. I will hunt down the outcasts. Come back for day 2. Gavin Dratcher, out. Theory number 4. Innocent colonists were killed by survivors. Another possibility is that survivors of some sort crash-landed on a world that was already inhabited by other people. The desperate survivors used the survival equipment provided to raid the colonists already living on the planet. They slaughtered the people there and stole food, materials, and lots more. This massacre and the many other horrible things that happened would have prompted Altera to take weapons out of the standard survival kit. Theory number 5. People revolted against Altera. The final possibility is that the people revolted against the corrupt Altera using Alteran weapons. To regain control and assure it didn't happen again, they would remove weapons from the standard survival package. These are the biggest things that could have happened. Of course, there is no exact thing that happened, but I thought I would run you through the background, which is really interesting, and then tell you about the many theories. Let me know in the comments section below what you guys think. What happened on Obraxis Prime? Was not adding guns to Subnautica a good idea? Please let me know. Also let me know if you have any other similar questions and I will answer them in another video. And as always, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, it helps me out a ton, plus it's free. Help me reach 1,000 subscribers as fast as possible. Also, please check out my other content. I have lots of Subnautica and Subnautica Below Zero videos. Check out my Discord server, Twitch, and Patreon. The links are in the description. And I will see you guys in the next video.